the flow and movement of this stream is like the constant flow and movement that we experience in the universe. The law of impermanence. Everything's constantly changing, fluctuating, moving. And so it's tough. As humans, we find ourselves holding on to so much attachment to certain situations or the way things may be. But how foolish of us. Because we know the law of impermanence. Everything is bound to change. And change isn't bad, but change is inevitable. But change can also be very painful if we've attached so much of ourselves, of our happiness, to a particular state that something finds itself in at a particular moment. It's gonna change. Over the past 10 days, I was taught a lot and made to experience this ever-changing nature that is present in our universe through the Buddhist meditation technique called Vipassana. And Vipassana teaches us that everything's constantly in flux, everything's constantly in motion. Things are always going to be changing. And instead of being attached to a certain feeling, it teaches us to learn and hold equanimity, non-reaction. You see, us humans, the human mind has resided in a state of constant reaction since we've been here, constantly reacting to things. It's a very core part of the brain, the reptilian part of the brain, the survival aspect of the brain. And these reactions are all coming from physical sensations. Feelings, literal sensations on the body, on the physical vessel, on your arm, on your head, on your this or your that. We are constantly reacting to physical sensations, whether you can feel them, whether you're conscious of them or not. You know, there's this whole premise in certain new age and old spiritual esoteric traditions where there's this idea of like, oh, there's something in your subconscious, there's something in the deeper parts of your mind, the subconscious mind, the unconscious part of your mind, that whether from trauma or this experience or that one thing that happened, it's making you behave or making you think or making you act in this type of way, this unfavorable way. And I know a lot of me on my journey has been this idea that, oh damn, I got this thing in my van incoming. I've got this thing in my subconscious and this limiting belief and this whatever. I use the term subconscious And I've never really even known what I've meant by that. I guess I've just thought like in the actual physical brain, it's some part or some section and that holds the deep programming of the mind. And I've kind of left it as that. And I've done lots of things over these years and tried lots of different practices with, I would say, lots of success. I feel like the person I once was has there's been a refinement and a transformation, and lots of lovely things have happened. So I'm not condemning or dismissing or saying anything that I've done in the past hasn't been truthful or worked. But the information that was said to me when I was doing this course, it was quite profound, because I've come in contact with this information before, more specifically in the Power of Now. And it basically speaks about your subconscious, or what you're reacting to isn't some deep program in your mind. It's actually the subtlest of sensations on the physical body. Sensations we can't even feel. For example, during my course, at the dining hall, we were at breakfast, and there was like a tiny queue for some toast. And I just remember, after doing the morning meditation, I'm in my queue waiting to get some toast, and the feeling of impatience. And because I've been very conscious about, very mindful, it was maybe a few days into the course, I'm almost immediately able to go, oh damn, Adam, you're feeling impatient. And then everything I've been taught, sensations, even the wording, I feel impatient. You are feeling and then reacting to the sensations on your physical body. That feeling and that reaction is tangible, and we call it impatience. Or you might call it anger, or you might call it sadness, or happiness, or pleasure, or whatever. And sometimes these sensations and the reaction and the feeling that is brought up is such a big cocktail of sensations that you can't even articulate what the feeling or emotion that is that you are experiencing is. But in this case, for me, it was very simple. It was I've associated this sensation all my life with, I'm feeling impatient. Oh, let me just feel this. And here's the thing, or here's what we were taught. Sensations are part of the mind, matter, phenomena of life. They abide by universal law. They are ever changing. No sensation, no feeling ever stays the same. It is impermanent. When you know this, when you experience this, when you acknowledge this, this sensation I am feeling, anger, or happiness, or doubt, or dread, or confusion, or joy, this sensation is impermanent. I would be a fool to attach myself and try and grip onto this and hold it tightly, because it's gonna go. Or in the same way, what I just said about gripping on, holding it tightly is maybe for more positively associated sensations, things that feel good on the physical vessel. Joy, happiness, gratitude, these types of things. And in the same sense, the negative emotions, you'd be a fool. I'm using this term lightly. I'm not saying anyone's foolish. Like, this is what we're all doing. But it would be crazy, right, to then experience these feelings of pain or grief or confusion and then try and fight it and hold all this resistance and try and run away and all of this stuff. Because after all, it's impermanent. It will change. It does change. But things only change and move forward when you're breaking from the cycle of this kind of triggering, and it's a odd cycle that occurs. I noticed throughout my time there, as I was thinking about certain things, because certain things got brought up for me. The thought, the mental stream, the mental just noise or dialogue or whatever, the story would come in to my mind, and then sometimes quickly, sometimes it'd take longer. I'd go, oh, this has all been caused by a physical sensation on the body. What is this sensation? And then I'd tune into my body. And what we were taught, obviously it's only a 10-day course, you know, this is like, as they were teaching us, this is like the first step on a long path. But what we began to learn and experience was equanimity, non-reaction. If you know everything is impermanent, there is no need to react so strongly or react at all to it. You can reside in a state of equanimity, of observation. There's no need to hold judgments or resistance or craving or aversion. One can just reside in a state of observation. This is a sensation. It's here now, and I'm either enjoying it or I'm not enjoying it, and it will pass. And all I am to do is just observe it. It's quite profound. Like, it's quite profound information. And not just information, because something else that was so spoken about to us was this isn't to be some intellectual thing to mull over and like to think about and to be like, oh yeah, sensations, and okay, when I feel angry, I can tune into the body and observe it, and as I observe it, I allow for it to be seen, and it will change at some point, whether it's 10 days or in 5 minutes or in 8 hours. This energy, this sensation, it will pass. All I must do is observe it, because as I observe it, it's like you're giving it the space to actually move through the motion of it. But I don't even know what I was saying. What I was saying was this. What was really special is this wasn't like theory. This was practical, you know, and this is what they kept on saying to us. They were like, we don't want you to come here and for this to be some sort of theory-based intellectual game of the mind of like, cool, I'm learning something new. They wanted it to be an experiential understanding, a knowingness, because what they taught that there was 3 types of learning, and I'm not even going to go into them because I don't even know if I'll be able to recite it correctly. But point being, the most valuable type of learning or understanding is one that's acquired through your own experience, becomes of much more potent value because you've experienced it. And that's what we did for 10 days. We meditated for large amounts of the day, pretty much all of the time we were awake. And some of the things that we were taught in the evening, we had a discourse each evening where the teacher would he would give us different stories and little bits of theory from Buddhist teachings, and you know, it was like that was like the fuel that then we took on and stoked the fire with, and our experience in the meditations was the realization of that information that was given to us. Hey. It's crazy. It's magical. It's very empowering. I'm gonna pause this here. I'm making a video every day for the next 30 days. I've also committed to continuing my practice of Vipassana. No possibility of not doing it. Morning and evening. So I'm gonna 100% commitment morning and evening, and just continue with my practice and continue to build off some of these things that I experienced and taught. And I'm sure as these days continue, I will touch more upon this, because this is feeling very much very, very potent information for freedom, for liberation. That's the word they use. It's like liberation. You no longer are in a reactive cycle. And saying that a friend of mine, he loves like breaking down words, and from breaking down words you like find different meanings. And for example, he would always say react. You're reacting. You're almost rewriting the script for the same thing to take place again. When you react to something in a certain way, it's you plant the seed, or on a like manifestation talk, you're like almost manifesting it for it to happen again in the future. Because all universe, all that God, the universe, the higher power, the creator, your higher self, all it wants you to do is keep on expanding past your limitation. So if you're having a reaction, it's like, okay, that lesson or that theme or that situation, you haven't quite yet expanded past it or beyond it. So we're gonna let it manifest again in maybe the same way or in a different context or whatever. But the point is you are to rise above it. And yeah, equanimity. I'm gonna be thinking about this. I'm gonna be practicing this. This was just like just a dump of just what's on my mind right now. And I still feel like there's lots more processing and lots more thinking, and I think I'll even probably try and, well, if I feel inspired to, I might say this information, but just with it more settled. This is my first full day of just like freedom, if you will, not meditating, and we had to observe noble silence. So there's no speaking, there's no nothing as well. So this is my first day of like speaking, and not my first day, my first full day of speaking. My second full day of speaking. I spoke all day yesterday. Whatever. Okay, cool guys. I'm gonna catch you tomorrow. Send you lots of peace, love, blessings. Bye.